the inspirational power hour.
Hey guys, it's the Inspirational Power Hour. And listen, guys, look who I have with me. I have some amazing vocalists. And I don't know if you can tell already, but they have a new song out that I love, that I cannot wait to talk about and to share with you guys. Listen, when I first heard that song, and first of all, let me say, I know you guys know we just sometimes get so overloaded with music, and it kind of
Of
takes a
course.
minute. But I look forward to music from you guys.
Oh,
Wow.
we
I
appreciate
do. Let
that.
me go ahead and introduce you, guys. I'm talking to Jerard and Jovaun. Now, did I say your names correctly?
You
Yes,
said it
of course.
perfectly.
Yay.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, y'all.
Listen, I'm sure you've seen, guys. You're familiar with them. You've seen their videos. They are, like I said, husband and wife.
Yes.
Amazing singers, amazing vocalists. I think I first became familiar with you guys with your "What a Beautiful Name."
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yes.
think maybe.
Okay, okay.
Maybe before then, but
Mhm.
and we're definitely going to get some backstory. But they're here talking about their brand new single. Give us the title.
The New Orleans Medley.
The new listen, honey, and it's going to take you there. Okay, it's going to take you there.
Yes.
I cannot wait for us to jump into it and talk about it. But I would love to get your backstory, a little bit about how each of you got started in singing, how you found your voice, and then how you found each other.
Yes. It kind of works together. We've been married 21 years, but
Wow.
we've known each other since we were like 9 and 10.
Right.
Oh,
And she's a native of New Orleans, Louisiana.
Woo.
And I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. And I used to go to New Orleans a lot as a kid.
Mhm.
And I used to sing with my sister. And I met them, her and her family. She was singing with her two sisters and a brother. And we were little children singing on the same programs.
Mhm.
But then as teenagers, when I was about 13, we started dating.
Right. I was 12.
oh.
Yes,
And
just maybe.
Were y'all dating, or were y'all just going together? You know, that's the difference.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Basically going together.
Going together.
You know, it was a long distance situation. So, you know, you can only maintain that to a certain
Right.
point. But he would always, you know, visit frequently. You know,
Yeah.
when he would come down, we would come and, you know, be booed up and all that kind of
Right.
stuff.
Yes. Teenagers. We
Yes.
were so grown.
Supervised dates,
Right.
you know, with my mom and everything. So, yeah, it was real sweet.
Yeah. And we like singing was just a part of it. We sang all of our lives in church. She comes from a church. She's a preacher's kid. I mean, you know, the whole church thing was just ingrained in us. That's what we did. So it really wasn't. It was more like the normal. That's what everybody does.
Well,
That's what it
yeah.
felt
And
like.
well, we the funny thing is, it took until I think we had already been married maybe 10 years before we realized, maybe we should sing together, you know?
That's true.
It's
Are you
hilarious.
serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
That didn't come natural.
No. We you know, people would ask us, can you sing for our wedding, or can you sing for this and sing for that? Because before that we had been kind of he was you know, doing a lot of things on his own. I was as well. And you know, we would get asked to do these little, you know, weddings and whatnot. And
Right.
you know, we would get such a good response until dawned on us, wait a minute, maybe God is saying something. I don't know.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
yes.
And then when you know, time changed and went to social media and everything was about social media, we were pretty well grown. You know, we were grown. So we weren't really tech savvy as far as, you know, social media is concerned. And then one day Donnie McClurkin said, Jerard, what, y'all went on your Facebook page, your Instagram page, and y'all don't have nothing. It's just weak. Y'all don't have nothing. Like, both of y'all can sing, just get a phone and start singing.
Yeah.
So I took his advice, and that's why we did the What a Beautiful Name cover, the acapella cover that we did on social media.
Yeah.
And
we had no idea that it was going to do what it did.
We was just trying to be active.
Right. So
wow.
Yeah.
And you know, it makes sense that you guys have known each other for such a long time. To me, musically, the way your voices really know each other to me.
Wow.
Right. And I didn't realize that until people start saying that, but I don't.
Crazy.
I guess
It's just crazy. But I guess the two are becoming one.
exactly.
You know.
And our voices are totally different, though. Like just, but we've been married for a long time, so singing together is just that makes sense.
And you know what? Too, we dated forever as
That's
well
true.
because, like you said, we knew each other 9 and 10 years old. Then we
Mhm.
started dating, and we didn't get married until we were well into I don't even know how many years.
Right, of being together.
Yes, of being together. So
Wow. So we are excited, guys. Listen, as I said before, when I heard the song, the New Orleans Medley, and now it makes sense because I was going to say who's from New Orleans.
Whoop whoop! Who that baby? How y'all doing, baby?
Listen, New Orleans is one of my favorite cities. One of my favorite cities. I will sneak down there in a minute because I'm in Jackson, Mississippi, so I'm not that far.
You're right next up the street. Okay,
right up the street. I sneak down there a lot. Let me just tell you, not a whole lot lately as much, but it's a beautiful city and it definitely has a spirit and a sound that is unique because New Orleans really is, especially in the historic context of the city, it really is a gumbo of cultures.
Definitely.
And it's a place like no other. And we've seen that. I've seen that in other genres of music, but this is my first time seeing this, I think, in the gospel context. Not
exactly. That's why I wanted to do it because every time I've gone to New Orleans, that's the only place I would hear that dun, 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 dun. Or now there's another version of that New Orleans style in like West Louisiana. It's called Zydeco, and it's kind of similar. But I've never really heard it in gospel, and that's what I wanted to do in the New Orleans medley. I was like, we should he
was talking about it for years. Like, I want to do a song that So
that has that style.
Yeah. And so when you talk about, it's always interesting. I think over the last year, as we look at 2020 and the way we are now dissecting and absorbing things, I often refer to 2020 as a filter because it filtered out so much,
Oh, definitely.
But if you look at the historic context of New Orleans, it really makes so much sense, the musically, artistically, creatively. So I'm sure it was not hard at all for you guys to tap into that in this music.
No,
not at all.
And it's ingrained because it's ingrained in the local churches.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Really?
Yeah, when you hear the musicians play pretty much any church, you're going to hear that rhythm. You're going to see it. The people move as if they're doing a second line. It's just a natural.
It's an undercurrent, I think, in everything. Yeah, and all of the music.
So, we think of it, outside of New Orleans, we think Mardi Gras. We think, even outside of the country, people, when they think of New Orleans, they think of that music. But it's not just for Mardi Gras. It's everywhere in New Orleans.
Yeah. I'll never forget. I was a couple years ago when I was in France, and some people they were really interested. They were asking me where I was from, and I was describing to them where Jackson is, in the country, and they was like, "Oh, that's not far from New Orleans." So they started asking me all these questions about the culture of New Orleans because they were obviously interested in the connection of the two,
Right.
So they were like Baton Rouge. Red stick,
right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I guess that is what it means.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of French culture down there.
A lot of the language has French words that we use as English.
Like we greet each other. Hey, Cher.
Yes.
Cher is, I think darling or something like something in
my
that.
Dear. No, that's my dear.
That's my dear. Yeah. But our French is not that great. But,
So listen, this new single is this off of a forthcoming album? Tell me about it.
It's on our EP. We did an EP during
so it's already out.
It's already out. It came out.
Okay, so that means I need to go back and listen to the whole thing. How about that?
Oh yeah. It came out December 4th. We did it the whole EP during the pandemic, and it was just some songs that we kind of birthed in our spirits. The New Orleans Medley is one, but then we have two ballads, one that I wrote, one that she wrote, and it is an amazing. We love. It's probably this is our second EP, and I think we like this one better than the first one.
Really?
I love both of them, but you know, I think we've gotten, you know, some more practice in, and I can tell the difference between the first and the second one, and I love the second one.
So what is the difference between the first and the second?
The first one we did cover tunes of popular worship songs, but they were songs that came from the CCM genre that we basically put gold teeth on. You know, we put rims and tinted windows on them.
A little seasoning,
yeah. You know, instead of just salt and pepper, we use Old Bay.
Right.
You know.
I tell my choir that all the time. I said, don't give me any green beans out the can. I need some seasoning.
Come on now.
Come on. and we need all of it. It needs to, our vegetables need to taste like a steak.
Yes, absolutely.
So and that's the difference. We did worship tunes that are popular, and that was a project all of its own. And then this one we did more original content.
Gotcha.
Yes, and stuff that we wanted to say in this time, and so that's what it is.
Yeah, we have a song on there. A song that I wrote is called Every Tear.
Oh my God.
And it is it was really birthed out of everything that was happening 2020. So many things going on, so much pain and hurt, and the scripture that just says, and God shall wipe away every tear, even the things that we don't understand. We don't know why this is happening, why that's happening. So that's one of the things that was close to my heart as well. So
yeah. And this is a question I'm interested to know with our creatives and our artists. What's it like putting music out in the middle of a pandemic? That face right there? That face?
Yes. Very interesting.
It was, yeah.
We had to pull our songs back a few times because we would say, okay, let's put, the New Orleans Medley out now, but then something else would jump off, and it's like, okay, this is not the right time,
Yeah.
So,
2020 taught us,
go ahead.
2020 really taught us that times are really filled with swift transition. So you better hold on to God's unchanging hand, because you don't know what the next moment is going to be. You could have never told us it, and I ain't here. No, I'm mad at all the prophets and all the prophetess, because did nobody prophesy the pandemic? They saw everything else but the pandemic, and we got here. We're like, wait, what? And the whole world is changed.
Crazy.
Wow.
So doing music in that time, it was challenging because you have all the CDC guidelines, and we followed that as well. But it just made everything a little longer, take a little more time to do. So.
Yeah. So listen, guys, I'm incredibly excited. I cannot wait for you guys to hear this song. If you're listening on any of my radio stations, then you're going to hear it. It's coming up next, and I'm going to let them introduce it. But also, if you're watching this, if you're watching online, I'm going to put the links and everything, because I want you to see the video, because let me tell you, sis was stepping. Okay.
Yes.
I was like, okay, step, sis.
Step, sis, step. Step here.
Love it.
You really need to see the whole video, because I did a reaction of the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
I was like, yes, ma'am. It was so fun though, and I think for that moment for me, again, because of my love of the city and my love of the culture and the music, it just kind of takes you away. It takes you there. It's a moment. It's a really lighthearted moment to just have fun, And I think even in the context of church, Christian, gospel music, we need moments like that as well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
Every moment we won't go to the throne on every moment.
Sometimes you gotta pick them feet up.
Because this is what I wondered when the Bible said David, danced out of his clothes. What dance was he doing? Was he laid before the throne, or was he just having fun? What was he doing? Was he stepping?
That's right.
The second line. What was
That's
one?
Right. Nah.
Yes.
Listen, guys, I really, really enjoyed it, and we are about to take a listen. For those listening on the station, take a listen to the single, and I would love it if you guys would set this song up and introduce it to our listeners.
You are listening to Jerard and Jovaun, and we are about to let you hear our song called the New Orleans Medley.
Awesome. All right. Anything else that you want to share with our listeners before we get ready to go?
I would just say, I gotta be deep, but this is the reality we in. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind. Stay close to him in this time. There's a lot going on, but God has never left us. He'll never leave you and never forsake you. None of this is a surprise to him, even though it might have surprised us. Just continue to love the Lord, hold on to him, and everything will be okay.
Amen.
It's the inspirational